வணக்கம், ஹாப்பி ட்ரைனர்ஸ் டே. ரெண்டும் வேணும் இல்லையா? தமிழும் வேணும், இங்கிலீஷும் வேணும் இல்லையா? ரைட். ஒயிட் ஷர்ட் போட்டு வந்தேன், பிளாக் போட்டால் பிரச்சனைங்கிறதுனால. ஓகே, உள்ள கருப்பு வெளியில் வெள்ளை. சரி, 2020 லாஸ்ட் 3 overs ஃபார் மீ. ஸோ நோ ஸ்டைலிஷ் ஷார்ட்ஸ். I ask inconvenient questions and leave the floor. Okay, training has grown, and very glad to say that this is kind of hand-picked because of proximity, not just availability. Okay, Uday, for the reason, I don't think I ever said this in stage. Maybe this is the right stage. He is a role model to me. Okay, when I was a training manager sitting on the other side, I saw a lot of star admiration and a kind of charisma he carried out, and I envied it, and I'm here. So Uday is here. Shashi வந்து என்னுடைய காலடிகளை பின்பற்றி பின்னாடி வரார் அப்படின்னு அடிக்கடி சொல்லுவார். More than all that, I think he's a great guy to connect with. Shashi kind of represents another generation, even though the age limits are almost, we are same age. Okay, so, but then I think the point here is he is of a new intergeneration, and I think my whole idea here is not to talk about things appealing to people who are into seniors here. For someone who has come here for the first time with a dad and friend and teacher and all, how can I draw you into the training, into community? And the choice of word is very straight, blunt and relevant. Training as a business. Okay, it is a mission, but this into business is our mission. And in terms, when I say, I mean, nothing sustains if it's not a business today. I was a part of the panel for into Munjal Awards, and the head of the panel list, Dr. Munjal, who is the head of the Hero Honda group, he asked me, if you think training is such a big business, why there is no, in terms of 1,000 crore company, or there's no, in terms of 500 crore company. You all claim training to be such a big thing. That really set me thinking. I think somewhere all of us were very happy. If you ask me personally, not all of us, I was very happy with my increasing daily fee, and I thought that is a sign of prosperity and measure. Okay, and that is extremely shallow, because you can't scale beyond a point with an individual income. I think your understanding is very, very shallow. So why I said this, what are the things maybe for someone to get inside this? I asked certain inconvenient questions and leave the floor. Number one, training, everyone knows it is very important. It's typically a Q2 function if you ask Stephen Covey's quadrant. But I think the first one to get axed for anything is training. And even today, the training managers do the omnibus driver's job. Wait till the participants come. Okay, or call, Ram is not there, call Shyam. Shyam is not there, call Ram. Okay, and then he said, no, we can't touch. These are all very important. Send someone, he is harmless. He can go for training. Okay, I think that kind of mentality, which I saw 3 decades back, is still prevailing. So for the training managers, for the kind of ROTI, okay, for your training investment, we need to ask, are we into sending the right guys to training? Do we give a value? I head an organization today, institution today, ISTD. When I go there to run programs, I mean, the bureaucrats who are there inside, they tell me, any great trainer should not be paid more than 30,000 rupees per day. If at all they make a profit, maybe one small portion of it. I always belong to a school. If your recognition and income is not in term proportionate, that profession cannot flourish. Very simple. In the entire film industry, everyone makes profit other than the producer. Okay? Sometimes in every movie, everyone takes money more than the producer who actually does. And if someone is not happy about the profession in terms of income, he wouldn't like his son to get into the profession. Now we should ask, how many of us would say, I would like my son or daughter to be in the profession? Like farming is today in a major crisis because no farmer wanted his child to be a farmer. Okay. Whereas if you talk into a computer scientist or into IT person would say, I also want my son, let him do an engineering, which is a default degree now. But then the point is, how many of us really love this and want our children to take up? Okay. How much you can influence is another thing. How many of that you really want it to do? There's a glamour and there's a lot of attention. There is a so much of limelight. You can brush shoulders. I mean, with a lot of people, all that fine. But finally, how much it kind of sustains individually, number one. Then, number two. Then, when it comes in terms of organization, I can tell you I've done at least in consulting to close to 400 companies, as much as Uday or maybe slightly lesser than that. Even I can put this open question here. Everyone knows this Kirkpatrick, right? Because for want of a better model, all of us are hanging to this Kirkpatrick, okay? Now, the point is, how many of us have implemented level 4 of Kirkpatrick? Everyone, every conference, I had a chance to even meet the son of in the Kirkpatrick there, John Kirkpatrick, had a chance to attend. But even the same crowd, if you ask, it is less than 5%. I would be very happy to be wrong. I'd be too glad to be wrong. So where are we heading into? Are we calling our feedback mechanism as evolution mechanism and fooling everyone? Or are we really keen to look and understand in terms of, because it's not something which cannot be quantified. And with your data science today, it's very simple. In a country where there is no farm policy, there is an IT policy 10 years back. Okay. So the point is, if you want it, you will do it. If you have not done it, it's not that important to you. So is the organization really kind of valuing TND or LND or, I mean, whatever you want to call, how much it is important? Tips for the trainers who want to get into this. I think it's very important. I am also seeing a lot of trainers here who would echo my sentiments. Okay, trainer, especially a freelancer, becomes like a jack of all trades in India. You tell him any title, he'll say he will do it. Before you understand, yes sir, பண்ணிடலாம் sir அப்படிம்பாரு. And I was saying, ஒன்றும் இல்லைங்க, நீங்கள் அந்த பசங்களுக்கு இந்த மோட்டிவேஷன் பற்ற மாட்டேங்குது. கொஞ்சம் ஆட்டிடியூட் இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணி, கொஞ்சம் சாலிடாக ஒர்க் பண்ணி, அந்த கான்ஷியஸ்னஸ், அந்த டைம் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட், அந்த டிசிப்ளின் கொஞ்சம் அவனுக்கு அந்த லைஃப்னா என்ன அப்படின்லாம் நீங்கள் ஒரு 2 மணி நேரத்தில் சொல்லி கொடுத்துருவீங்களா அப்படின்றாரு. I would actually get a Nobel Prize if I can do that in 2 hours. The other guy also knows, when it comes to fees, he will not talk about this, but he wants you to make them self-realized in about 2 hours package. Okay, no harm being done. I think somewhere it is, in fact, this is the article which has got me into media in a big way. I wrote, is training in the Madras Thali meals, where you can see everything, you can touch few things, cannot eat anything. Okay. எல்லாம் சொப்பு சொப்பாக இருக்கும் all over. Okay, you can only touch with your, little finger. Like everything will be. An MDP looks like that. So my only thing is I can tell you is that start into specializing very early. Learn to say no for most of the things, and what you are passionate with. Pick up 1 or 2 areas. We all have done the mistakes. Sometimes, oh, Dr. Karthikeyan, you also do outbound. Huh? I never knew that. I thought you were a psychology guy, because I heard your emotional intelligence program long back. According to him, I can do only emotional intelligence program. Someone called me from all the way from UAE and said, you have to do a time management program. And I said, my wife laughed. She said, you have to know that, you need to first have time management. How are you going to teach time? I said, I'll teach. At the end of it, I'll also learn and come. What's your problem? He's paying me. Okay. But then I was trying to understand the origin, how this inquiry built in. Because time management is one program with a lot of guilt I don't touch. Okay, I know that. You can see that now. Is that I've got a great guy on time management. But then when I asked, it all went 1, 2, 3. Finally, the routing was someone heard me in a CAA program there at Pondicherry. It was a house full like this. Everyone clapped. This man didn't understand. Then he said he's the best person in the country on time management. I went there with this knowledge and I did the time management in my own way. Okay. Finally. So I think somewhere we will be initially trying to do everything. Can we focus? Can we learn in terms of specialization? Put some 10 years of research, make a book, have a case studies, do research, stay put in a field where that you will be called for something. I think when I look back, we have failed to do that. Okay, and so I think someone who is here and younger, that's my only one advice. It is what Jack Truth said, differentiate or die. All the best.